Hey everyone, welcome to Slurve. I'm Steve. Got some cash game cornerstones for you for Wednesday, June 15th. And sorry I'm a bit late in the day with this today. I had some internet trouble this morning and I was drifting lost without my connection to the internet. But I'm back now and I've got some plays for you. Let's start it off as usual at catcher. And today I like James McCann. Despite the fact that he is facing Chris Sale, Sale has not been particularly good in his last few starts. He might be hurt. He might be having some kind of mechanical thing going on like Harvey did. Yeah, obviously, there's still some risk there, but it's a cheap play. It's catcher. McCann can hit with power. I like it. 2.9 on DK and just a total giveaway min salary 2K on FanDuel. On the other side of that game, too, I like Alex Avila, who's been kind of hot lately. I mean, he had 2 home runs the other day and then a 2 or 3 hit game, and then he went 0 for whatever yesterday. But he gets Mike Pelfrey, and that's good for any hitter. Always enjoy targeting Mike Pelfrey. 3.2 on DK and 2.5 on FanDuel, so a little bit more than McCann. But he bats a little higher in the order. I don't know. I like them both. I actually do like Hellickson a bit today, but I also like Justin Smoke, especially given his price of only 3.4 on DK. 3.3 on FanDuel is a little bit harder to justify, especially when you got guys like Jose Abreu, going up against Mike Pelfrey, the aforementioned favorite target. And he is 4.8 on DK, so I totally understand going with Smoke there. But he's only 3.6 on FanDuel, so that $300 I think is just a massive, massive upgrade. And then FanDuel's also kind of tossing us David Ortiz against Gaussman, who I do like Gaussman, but Ortiz is just really good. Especially this season. He's 4.1 on DK. On FanDuel, which is just too cheap, especially when you compare it to the 5.5 that he is on DK. I mean, that's just insane. So I don't hate him. I don't hate him if you just got the cash on DK for him. But on FanDuel, that's just a wonderful price for a guy with Ortiz's upside and, well, not floor, but consistency. And at second base, let's go to the Indians. I like Kipnis against Kennedy, who's not a bad pitcher, but I'm not too worried about Kipnis. He's 3.9 on DK, 3.5 on FanDuel. Nice price there. We also got Jurickson Profar going up against Sonny Gray. Nice matchup for him, and his price is down to 3.1 on DK, 2.9 on FanDuel. Make sure you check out the lineup. It's possible that he's not in it, and not sure what the order will be like. And then on FanDuel only, because he's a third baseman on DK, we got Carpenter against McHugh. And leading off, he's just been a consistency machine. He can do just about everything except steal bases. 4.3 on FanDuel is not too bad a price, but I certainly wouldn't mind going with Kipnis or even Profar. Speaking of Matt Carpenter, you can play him on DK if you want, but he's 5.1 there, and that's going to be tough to work with. But he's by no means a bad play. But I like guys like Danny Valencia going up against Holland, who's another guy I like to target. 4.1 on DK and 3.6 on FanDuel, just nice pricing in general there. We got Nick Castellanos also against Chris Sale. I mentioned earlier why I'm not too afraid of Sale. 4.0 on DK. I'd probably just spend $100 and get Valencia's. I do think he's probably a safer pick. 2.8 on FanDuel, though. Really, really attractive price if you need to save some money there. Probably the easiest play of the day comes to us at shortstop. Tim Anderson. Make sure the weather is good and make sure you make sure, because I took him out of my lineup yesterday because the weather was bad, and then it improved, and I didn't put him back in. And he had a nice night, I think 2 doubles and a RBI or a run scored, something like that. Very nice night for a guy that's with minimum salary on DK and a little bit above on FanDuel, which is what he is today. 2.0 on DK, 2.2 on FanDuel, and he gets Mike Pelfrey. Make sure he's in the lineup. He's been hitting at the top, though, even if he's back to the bottom. I don't care. I still want him. but there's a chance, they put somebody else in there, but I doubt it. And if you really just hate that play, or if it gets rained out or something, if the weather's looking really bad, I also love Eduardo Nunez, and I don't hate putting him at shortstop either on DK, where he is, at third base on DK. He's only a shortstop on FanDuel, but he's both on DK. And he gets Hector Santiago. 4.5 on DK is pretty expensive for him, but 3.6 on FanDuel is cheaper. Of course, there you can't put him at third base. Life is complicated, huh? I mentioned already my like of Hellickson today, but it's not going to stop me from also suggesting Jose Bautista. The matchup is not ideal, not what I'd like, obviously, but 4.3 on DK is a really nice price for him. He's just a really good baseball player. 4.2 on FanDuel is a little bit harder to justify. And then we got a guy who I don't know if I've said his name in a cash game video yet this year. Malik Smith gets Anthony Desclafani, and I think I said his name right. That one's a tough one for me for some reason. 3.4 on DK. It's bargain, but not as much as 2.6 on FanDuel. It's just a total giveaway. He's been leading off, and I pretty much don't hate any leadoff hitter. And if Malik gets on base, he's a threat to steal 2 bases in 1 on-base chance. So not always a guy I like, but when a guy who's leading off can steal like that, I'm interested in cash, especially when he's a cheap price. And then going back to the White Sox love against Pelfrey, we got Melky Cabrera, 3.6 on DK and 3.1 on FanDuel. It's kind of a nice mid-range option there, mid bargain. Also, Robbie Grossman gets Hector Santiago. I don't like him on FanDuel at this price. He's 3.5 on DK and 3.7 on FanDuel. Anytime a hitter is more on FanDuel, it's just like an instant rule out for me, unless I just really, really love that player today, which I do not for Grossman. A player that I really love every day. I was glad that FanDuel mispriced him, in my opinion. So that I got a chance to mention him because his DK price isn't as attractive. It's Adam Duvall gets Bud Norris. Hope Bud Norris gets blown up this time. Last time Bud Norris pitched, someone used him against me in cash, and I got Bud Norris, and it was not fun. You should not use Bud Norris in cash. That was not a smart play on their part. It just worked out, and that's frustrating. So anyway, Adam Duvall has just been going crazy hitting home runs. I think he's up to 15 or so now. The park's not ideal, but 4.4 on DK is right at the edge of what I'd like to pay for Adam Duvall. It's cheaper than he has been, but it's not ideal. But he's 3.4 on FanDuel, and that's just a great, great price. I want him on FanDuel, and maybe on DK too, but that could just be me. So that's it for my cash game Cornerstone plays for today. Make sure you check back later. There will be a rundown, there will be a Dong Finder article, and there will be a live expert chat at 5 p.m. today. So make sure you come by slurv.com. It's free to sign up. You can chat with us in the tailgate till then. Well, the other guys really, because I'm going to be really busy getting all that stuff done before the live chat. No, I'll be around too. Anyway, good luck, guys, and good luck tonight.